Howdy, Connection Group leaders. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing okay. I am coming to you from the classroom that J.B. Wright used to teach in. I don't know if you've heard yet or not, but he went home to be with Jesus late Tuesday, I guess early Tuesday morning. He used to stand right here behind this pulpit when he'd teach his class in this very room. You get in trouble when you start to try to quantify who loves more, right? So I'll say it like this. We would be hard-pressed to find people who loved Lake Church and her congregants more than J.B. Wright did. And so for starters, let me just say, would you please pray for, first and foremost, Miss Dana, and for their kids and grandkids. And would you pray for his class that he led for a long time? I'm so grateful that we know where he is. In fact, this lesson's kind of poignant, right? It says, was it right there in verse 3? For you've died and your life is hidden with Christ in God, and with Christ as who is your life appears, then you will also appear with him in glory. That's exactly where he is. And so we can celebrate that, and we're going to celebrate that well next Saturday at his funeral. But in the meantime, let's collectively, let's love his family. The other group that meets in this classroom is the Abide class. I got to hang out with their leadership this past Sunday. And I love the plans that they're making and the ways that they are seeking to care for one another. It's a beautiful thing. And again, that is exactly where this lesson is. Guys, Colossians 3 is all about the family of God and how we ought to be operating with one another. And so, man, you jump into this, and again, it starts off, hey, set your mind on things above, right? This isn't a mind over matter thing. Like, that's not a phrase that we want to be using in Christendom. However, it is important for us to recognize that where our minds are positioned most often does matter. The things that we focus most on, the things that we pursue most mentally and really just focus our attention and really our heart and our passions on, that's going to be what exudes out of us when it talks towards the end of the chapter about let there be psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, may they emanate out of us. That can't happen if our minds are not set on Christ as the preeminent one in our lives. And so we start there, and then he rolls through this wonderful list of sins that we're supposed to be avoiding. And normally when we get into one of these lists, it maybe gets a little bit uncomfortable because inevitably somebody in the group is thinking, oh, I'm guilty of that one. So I would just lay out right out the gate, hey, chances are exceptionally good all of us are guilty of all of these sins at one point or another in our lives. And so let's get that out in the open. And then number two, let's collectively deal with those. And I don't mean everybody has to raise their hands. Yep, guilty of that one. Yep, guilty of that one. Again, let's just assume everybody's guilty of all of these. What I mean by deal with them is just recognize as a group, we have to war against these things individually and as a family. But you start to read through these things, man. It says, avoid sexual immorality, avoid idolatry, avoid anger and wrath and malice and slander and lies. It says, watch what you say. And then it goes on to, don't lie to another, seeing that you have put off the old self. But instead, it says, put on the new self. Literally, change your clothes, right? That's the imagery used there, which is really fun. We all understand changing our clothes. Some of us change our clothes more than others. It even says, hey, here there's neither Jew nor Greek, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, or free. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter how free you are, unfree you are. It doesn't matter how rich you are, unrich you are. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are previously, or maybe you're new to this game. Everybody is treated the same way. And second of all, everybody has the same expectations because everybody is fully accepted. And then it goes on to talk about have hearts of compassion, be patient, be meek, be humble, bear with one another, forgive one another. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts. I love that it actually used that. This is what Jesus is wanting to do with this. Let him change us. Let him shape you into the person that he's describing here. My question for you is really simple. Who doesn't want to be a part of a family like that? Who doesn't want to be a part of the kingdom where they expect not only the expectations, but the standard of practice, the way that everyone lives is we're not angry people. We're not malicious people. We're not individuals that are full of sexual immorality and all of the crazy that goes with that. We are a people that are gracious and forgiving and loving and helpful and patient with one another. Who doesn't want to sign up for that? This is the call of Christ to us. Don't just do these things, but it's not just the call. This is, I'm trying to do these things within you. Would you let me? And that can happen if and only if we are genuinely seeking after him first in our lives. I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that was true of J.B. Wright. And so I say this partly just to honor him, but he's sitting at the feet of Jesus right now. He would just say, man, I'm just following Jesus. So collectively as a group, let's agree, man, we're going to follow Jesus together, and we're going to seek to establish the kingdom here he's describing, because who doesn't want to be a part of that? Guys, I love you. I'm praying for you. I can't wait to see you on Sunday. We'll talk to you later.